Yes. Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling and the Midlife Crisis. My name's Andy, and I'm just going to do you a quick what's in the box kit review of my TESTORS 1/72 scale Spitfire F22. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who aren't familiar with TESTORS. They're actually a company that I think was operational from mid-1970s to the mid-1980s in the USA. Now, basically, this model actually says this was produced in 1978. The TESTORS Corporation, 620 Buckby Street, Rockford, Illinois, 61101. If I've got anybody watching it lives in Rockford, Illinois, I'd be fascinated to know what actually goes on in 620 Buckby Street these days. Anyway, on the back of this you can see we've actually got some painting diagrams with some tips on how to actually present our little F22 model. And on the front, sorry, on the side here, we've got a little bit of blurb which I'm just going to quickly go through. The Supermarine Spitfire F22 profile. The German war machine initially outscored the British effort in every respect but one, the Spitfire. The Spitfire, with ancestry steeped in air racing tradition, met the German challenge high in the skies over the British Isles and held off the mighty Luftwaffe. The Spitfire Mark 22 was the last of many Spitfire variations produced in 1948, so this obviously model didn't actually partake in the Second World War. It had a top speed of 450 miles an hour and could climb to 43,000 feet. Now, I actually know what I'm going to get here, but we're going to show you what's in the box. And some of these parts, if you watch a few more of my videos, might just seem a little bit familiar. Bits are kind of loose, so I'm going to have to be careful. And like I said, this model was first produced in 1978, and it's actually a reboxing of this model, which I've already built, which is a Hawk Spitfire Mark 22. And as you can see, I've made a rather poor effort at constructing one of these already. And basically what we're going to get is an identical model, which has been basically reboxed about 11 years later. So, there isn't that many parts in this model. It is what you'd call rather basic, but for my purposes, which is basically to throw a load of airframes together, just so I can get a quick feel for the actual modelling, and basically my intention is to build these airframes rather simply, rather quickly, not particularly well, and then basically when I've got about 12 together, I'm going to actually go and start doing some painting. Basically, I haven't done painting for 33 years on models, and I do intend to actually start using an airbrush, which is totally unfamiliar to me, so that's a whole another set of skills I'm going to have to learn. Now, as we can see, we've got some detail on this particular model, which is largely rivets, basically to actually separate the panels out. It's got a few panel lines on it as well, and I suppose for something that's originally basically a 1967 form model, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of detail on it. And then the wings, you can see we've got these rivet sections again, denoting the actual panel lines. I don't know, for me, it kind of looks as though there's a little bit too much going on here. I'm not quite sure how it's going to look when it's actually painted, but we're going to give it a go. Unfortunately, as is the case with some of these vintage models, you kind of get a bit missing or a bit broken. And as we can see, one of the cannons has basically vanished over the 40 odd years that this model's been rattling around in people's wardrobes and cupboards. We've got some pretty basic sort of decals. I mean, I'm not quite sure whether these are still going to be usable. They are 40 years old. Well, what can I say about them? Not a lot, really. We've got a ready assembled propeller, which is great, or not so great if you actually like putting these things together. And here we have what appears to be one part of the stand. Is the other piece in the box? No. So that's kind of gone missing as well by the look of it. Never mind. Now, I mean, I can actually read a little bit about this. Well, we've already done that really, so let's just have a look at the instructions, which, hey-ho, that's pretty basic. But let's face it, we've only got to put these small assortments of bits together, so I'm kind of thinking that's all we really need. So, like I said, I'm going to smash this one together, hopefully later on today. Bish bash bosh. And hopefully, you know, I might try and set a new YouTube internet record for the quickest assembly of a Spitfire, because let's face it, not much to play with here. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and any questions and suggestions are welcome. I kind of like engaging with you guys online when I get the chance, and yeah, please like and subscribe and join me for my model building ride. Be seeing you.